Have you ever heard of a term called silent treatment? Did you ever wonder why your narc or your ex-narc goes completely quiet sometimes? And even in some cases, they disappear and you don't even know about their whereabouts. This video is all about silent treatment. We will cover this topic today. My name is Vinny and I call myself a survivor of a toxic relationship with a narc. And this video is coming straight from New Zealand. And if you've suffered at the hands of a covert, cunning, narcissistic lady, you can reach out to me if you would like. You and I could have shared the same feelings for the same narcissistic lady. This channel is for toxic relationship recovery, and I would appreciate if you can like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we can learn from each other. If you've ever found yourself in a situation where you could not get someone to talk to you or even acknowledge you, you have experienced the silent treatment. Now, in some cases, it can be a fleeting reaction to a situation in which one person feels angry, frustrated, or even too overwhelmed to deal with the problem. In these cases, once the heat of the moment passes, so does the silence. And this is a good form of silent treatment, whereas we don't get the same kind of silent treatment from the narcs. I'll cover that in this video, but right now I just want to talk about this, that it's very much okay for a person to go completely silent and then, well, just because they are feeling frustrated or they don't want to talk about the problem right at that minute. But the big thing is that these people, they come back and they want to talk about the problem, about the issue, and they, once the heat of the moment passes, then they want to talk about it and they want to solve the matter. Whereas the silent treatment can also be a part of a broader pattern of control or emotional abuse. This is what we see when the narc gives it to us. When it's used regularly as a power play, it can make you feel rejected or excluded, and this can have a huge effect on your self-esteem. This is what we go through when we are there with a narcissist and they try and play this game almost every day, or anytime you pinpoint to them that they have made a mistake or you're not happy about any situation or anything, any action of the narc. Now, it's quite imperative that we work on a few things. Firstly, we want to find out whether it's abusive or not. Is the silent treatment getting to the stage where it's becoming abusive? This is a big thing. This is what we need to find out. It's important to recognize when it becomes abusive. Sometimes going silent, as I said, may be the best thing to avoid saying things you would regret later. People do that. Not only in love relationships, but you would find your parents do that sometimes. People might also use it in moments where they don't know how to express themselves or they feel overwhelmed. But some people use the silent treatment as a tool for exerting power over someone or creating emotional distance. They will give you the cold shoulder for days or weeks on end to achieve those goals. This is emotional abuse. This is what I suffered in my relationship with my ex-narc. When I would bring a topic that I did not like, when I would try and solve a problem, and I would make sure that that problem doesn't happen again, my narc lady would go completely quiet. She would say, "I don't want to talk about it," and sometimes she would say, "We'll talk about it later," and that later never came. She would not discuss it, and we would never get to the bottom of the problems. This is when it became abusive. It was kind of an emotional abuse, and definitely it had a huge effect on my self-esteem. I was feeling left out. I was feeling bad that why is it just me who wants to solve the problems and not my narc lady? I at that time was in a relationship with my narc lady, and I started researching on the topic of silent treatment. And I found out that it's a form of emotional abuse, and I wanted to know why they do it. Now, there's quite a few reasons why they do it. Sometimes in your conversation you have hit their wounds, and they don't know how to deal with it, so they go completely quiet. The ex-narc lady I was with, she was not a good communicator, although she would profess on being the best communicator in the world. But whenever there would be problems, whenever there would be an argument, she would not know how to react. And that is why she went completely quiet. And sometimes she would disappear off the face of the earth, and I would not even know where she is. She would give me reasons later on why she did not contact me. Sometimes because she went to sleep at 7 o'clock in the evening, which is okay, but which is not okay for her because I have known her for a long time and 7 o'clock is too early for her. But that is one way of her going completely silent, and yeah, that's what she did. So the process is they project that it is your fault, they blame it on you, and when that happens, they shut down to play the victim card as well sometimes. In my case, the same thing happened. She would blame me. She would tell me that it's my fault that she's going completely silent because she doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't. She only wants happy things in the relationship. And as you would know, it's completely abnormal to expect just happy things to happen in your relationship. Any relationship is going to have happy moments and sad moments. It's what brings out us stronger in the relationship is when we actually tackle those sad moments and we come out together, we come out stronger. That's what it is. But they don't want to because narcs, they don't know how to attach themselves with somebody else. They can't regulate their own emotions either. So that is another reason. The big one though is because they do it because they know it gives you pain. The silent treatment that they're going to give you, that gives you pain. Um, they know during the love bombing stage, the information gathering phase, that silent treatment is something that you don't like. You are an empathetic person, and silent treatment is going to give you trouble. It's going to give you pain. Silent treatment is nothing else but avoiding the discussion altogether. They don't want to take accountability. They don't ever want to take accountability, and that is why they put the blame on you every time. Big reason, they want to do this because they want to punish you. That is their way to feel powerful. And I would sometimes, even when I was there with my ex-narc, I would be in tears. I was like, why is it happening? Why is this happening? Why are you going completely quiet? And I could see that smirk on her face sometimes that, wow, this is what I wanted. You are in pain. This is what you deserve. I want to cover what exactly is it that we can do to beat the narcs at their own game. I've covered that why they give you silent treatment, but what is it that we can do? See, we have to think of it this way, that it is not your fault, and it has nothing to do with you. It is completely the narcissist's fault. In their mind, they want to be powerful in everything and anything they do with us or do to us. And this is the only way, silent treatment is the only way they know how to react. This is their coping mechanism. As they're not normal people, they're not healthy people. Any healthy human being, if that person is healthy, would give you a silent treatment. That is fine. They would go completely quiet, but they would say, I would talk about it later. Right now, I'm not in the mind frame to talk to you. And they would make sure that they actually come back to you, discuss the issue. These people would never ever do that. You have to let the narc know that their silent treatment is hurting you, and also you have to make them know that how you're feeling in that moment. If you actually, this is only applicable obviously if you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you're actually just researching on the topic of silent treatment. This is what I was doing, and I did make sure that I tell my ex-narc lady that it's hurting me and I do not like the way that she has reacted. And I stood up for myself. I told her that we have certain boundaries. I have certain boundaries in my relationship. And if this is the way our relationship is going to go, it's not going to last forever. That's another thing, that by me doing so, she went out looking for other new supply, easier source of supply. And I'm actually glad that she did because I'm out of the relationship. So, in case you're researching on the topic of silent treatment while you're there in the relationship with your narc, then you must set your boundaries, let them know that you are setting the boundary and you will not let them hurt you this way. And if you're not in the relationship with your narc anymore, you're lucky. You should be glad that you're not. Then you should be proud that you actually came out of the relationship and you actually were able to set some boundaries. But it is a good idea for you to know why these people do treat us the way they do. they are subhuman. They are not even humans, they are subhuman people. And this is their coping mechanism, and this is the only way they know how to react and exert more power on us. Anyway, I'll cover more topics like this. Hopefully you like this video. As I said, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you again. Till then, you look after yourself, love yourself. Bye for now.